Gowanus Canal cuts through the heart of several Brooklyn neighborhoods, including Red Hook, Carroll Gardens, and Cobble Hill. The canal is just under 2 miles long. The waterway is considered one of the most polluted in the country. As the industrial neighborhood gentrifies, new residents are reimagining their community. And now a new art project envisions what life along the canal could look like. The exhibition is called Brooklyn Utopias Along the Canal. It will feature over 200 artists. With us now, Katherine Gressel, contemporary curator of the Old Stone House and Washington Park. This is one of the locations you can see the artworks. Katherine, thank you. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you.
Very, very good. You know what I did say, because it is a fact, a lot of people know the Gowanus for not very positive things. So we put that together with Utopia. Tell us just from the get-go, what's the feeling? What are you trying to convey here to those who live in these Brooklyn neighborhoods and those outside the neighborhoods?
Sure. Well, Brooklyn Utopias is actually an ongoing project. It was first developed in 2009 in response to kind of the growing popularity of the whole borough of Brooklyn at the time and its increased appeal to artists. And I noticed a lot of artists were commenting on all the development going on, and I wanted to bring them together. The goal is really to invite artists to not only kind of comment on existing visions for the neighborhood and sort of imagine their own, but also a lot of artists really wound up celebrating what they love about the neighborhood and the communities there and sort of its unique features. So it's really a combination of all of those things, and we hope to inspire people to kind of look at the neighborhood more in depth, maybe in different ways.
Through the art and what you're seeing from the artists, different mediums, tell us what themes. I mean, you're saying really positive. What can people expect when they visit? I know it starts this weekend.
Yeah, so we have some artists that are looking at very specific people and places, whether it's artist communities, immigrant communities, families, children, some of the kind of iconic local landmarks, parks that really make the neighborhood feel kind of special and that they really, really worth preserving and that they may be fearful of being lost. And then we also have artists who are looking very specifically at some of the redevelopment plans from different angles.
If we, and let's get a little more specific, Leslie Kirby's poster for the Gowanus. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, so that's sort of a mix of a lot of these different themes in that it shows the canal sort of morphing from maybe dirtier to cleaner water. It incorporates some historic photos of some of the, the neighborhood really has a rich history of both industry and nature and environmental issues. It also kind of alludes to some of the developer marketing campaigns sort of being used to promote the neighborhood and the new housing and developments going on there.
Christina, Massey's Shades of Growth. This is a sculpture.
Yeah, it's actually, it has some site-specific components within the gallery, some hanging pieces that are designed for specific spots. And that really kind of imagines a more harmonious relationship between industry, the neighborhood has an industrial history, and nature. Plant forms, they're made of aluminum and blown glass, kind of sourced from some of the local manufacturers, specifically the breweries in the neighborhood.
And next we have this watercolor, A Vibrant View by Abigail Romero Montetro. What about this?
That's a work by a student in the Red Hook Art Project, which is a local art education and mentoring program in Red Hook that we've been working with on this Brooklyn Utopias project. There's going to be several banners with student work in the Coffee Park outdoor banner exhibition. So that work is going to be one of them, and it really looks at the importance of Coffee Park as a utopian sort of place for the neighborhood and some of the changes that have occurred in Coffee Park.
You started to touch on this at the beginning, the urban spaces, the Gowanus Canal, there is beauty. We've seen in the art you've shown here so far, and we know there are so many others. What do you want people to see and visitors to see?
I mean, I think art really has the power to show people things that they might not have noticed otherwise. So a lot of the artists are looking at these very specific places in new ways. We have an artist, Ella Yang, she's a very long time neighborhood resident artist, and she's looking at places that are the process of disappearing or changing with the new development. And we also, I think artists also have the capacity to imagine things and be very, extra creative about future plans, maybe in comparison to scientists or politicians, for example. Artists can present these visionary ideas and then in some cases really help realize things, by working with communities.
Sounds great. It's called Brooklyn Utopias Along the Canal, featuring over 200 artists. Starts this weekend and runs how long, Katherine?
Through June 26th.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Best of luck with it. Katherine Gressel, contemporary curator of the Old Stone House in Washington Park.